Hi, this is Beth at the Somerset County Library, and tonight we are doing another one of our Applied Digital Skills workshops with Google. And tonight we are going to be creating a cookbook. With the holidays coming up, I thought this would be a perfect time to do something like this. And with the holidays coming up, there's always food, and families have their favorite dishes that they want to share. And this is a great way that you can put all of your recipes all together in one spot and everybody would have access to them. So let's get started. And learn how we can use Google Slides to create a cookbook.
Sharing meals is one way to stay connected with family and friends and enjoy each other's company. But cooking takes time, especially when you factor in all the steps that it involves, such as planning, grocery shopping, and preparation. Gathering and organizing all of your favorite recipes together in one place can help make meal planning and preparation easier and much more efficient. This can save you time and reduce the chance that recipes get lost or misplaced. In this lesson, you will use Google Slides to make a digital cookbook. Slides are a useful tool for creating a cookbook on your computer. Once you set up your presentation, it's easy to add new recipes. Add your own notes when you try recipes, organize your collection, and share with family and friends. You can easily save recipes from the internet and organize them in one place that's simple to access from multiple devices. You can even customize the way you see recipes, such as making the text bigger and easier to read. This lesson uses Google Slides, but you could apply these skills and concepts in most other presentation applications. As you complete this project in Google Slides, you will create and name a new presentation, create a title slide and apply a theme, add new slides for category dividers and recipes, add and format text, and arrange slides by category. To work on this lesson, sign into your Google account, open a new tab in your browser, and navigate to google.com. If you're not signed in, do so now. If you do not have a Google account, pause the video and create one. To begin, open Google Drive. Create a new presentation and rename it. Then move on to the next video to get started organizing your cookbook. Now it's your turn. Create a new blank presentation and rename it.
So let me go to my tab here. And I'm already logged into my Google account, so I'm just going to go to the waffle thing here. That's the Google Apps. Click on that. And we want to open Google Drive. And if you have a Gmail account, you have access to all of these apps that are in here. There's Word documents, not only your email, but there's see, docs, spreadsheets. we're using Google Slides now. So there's a whole bunch of different apps that you have access to, and they are all free, so that's even better. All right, so let's open our Google Drive. And by working with these apps, everything gets automatically saved on your Google Drive, so you'll never lose it. As long as you have an internet connection, you'll be able to access this. Okay, so we're going to go up to New. And we want Google Slides. And if you need help setting up a Gmail account, we do have a person on staff who is willing to help anyone with any computer problems they have. They have a dedicated digital navigator now. Her name is Jen. So if you want to book some time with Jen to have her help you with computer things, you can give us a call. All right, so I opened up a new Google slide and I'm going up to click on where it says Untitled Presentation, and I'm going to change that. That's cookbook. And then enter. And you can see it's saved automatically to my drive. All right, so let's go on to the next presentation.
In this video, you will set up and format your cookbook. When setting up your cookbook, you can customize it to look the way you like and organize it to make it easier for you to use. To begin, add a title to the cover slide. You can title it anything you like. Then add a subtitle. You might want to include your name and the date you started the cookbook. Next, choose a theme for the cookbook. A theme is a set of colors, textiles, backgrounds, and other design elements that give your presentation a certain look. Pick a theme that relates to your recipes in some way, or that expresses your personality and tastes. You might choose a theme that is serious, fun, simple and understated, or that uses your favorite colors. Most paper cookbooks are organized in sections by category for the type of recipe, such as main dishes, salads, side dishes, desserts, and others. You can add category divider slides to your digital cookbook to organize it by recipe type. To create category dividers, add a new slide with a layout to your presentation. Apply the section header layout to your slide. Type the name of the category on the slide. Now, add more category divider slides so you have at least 2 categories in your cookbook. You can add more later if you want to. Now it's your turn. Add a title and subtitle to your title slide. Apply a theme to the presentation. Add at least 2 new slides using the section header layout, and type the name of the category on each slide.
So I'm going to call mine So I have my title page, and I can come over here to themes and scroll down through and find a theme that I like. Like this one. Okay, so that's my theme. And then we want to add additional slides. So we'll come over here to where you have the plus sign and just click on that. We'll click on the down arrow. That way you can select the section header. And we can see main dishes will be one. And let's make another one. And as he said, you can always add more and you'll be able to rearrange things. Once you get your slides in here, you can rearrange things and put them in the categories that you need them to be in and everything. So, all right, so I have two header slides. I have my title page. I've selected my theme. So let's go on to the next section.
Now that you've set up your cookbook, let's start organizing your recipe collection. In this video, you will add at least 3 recipe slides to your cookbook. You will type or paste a recipe onto each slide, then format the text. Some of your recipes might be from a book or written on paper. Others might be from a favorite cooking website. You can use recipes from your own favorite resource. To begin, make the first recipe slide after the cover slide. You will move the slides into their respective sections a little later. Choose a layout for your recipe slide. Type a title for your recipe. Personalize the recipe by adding where you got it to give credit to the recipe's author or to add a short comment on why you liked it. Adjust the size of the text to make it fit if necessary. Many slide layouts have one large text box. To make your recipe easier to read, consider resizing and moving the text box that's already on your slide and then adding other text boxes. For example, you might want to have separate text boxes for ingredients and instructions if that fits better on the slide. Now, add recipes to your cookbook. Type or copy and paste your recipe text. Type your recipe's ingredients in one of the text boxes. To fit all of your recipe on a slide, you may need to resize your text. Select the text and resize it so it fits better in the text box. Then, in the other text box, type your recipe's instructions step by step. Now, format the recipe's directions so that it fits on your slide and is easy to read. Keep formatting your recipe to make it visually appealing. Bold certain text, italicize others, or use different colors. When your first recipe slide is the way you want it, duplicate it to quickly add another recipe. Just type or paste the title and text of the new recipe so that it replaces the text of the first recipe. Repeat the same steps for the name of the recipe's author if necessary. Now, delete the previous recipe's text and type or paste in your second recipe. If your recipe has different elements, such as a topping, sauce, or a filling, break up the ingredient list with a heading. Format your heading so that you notice the change in the list. Now, duplicate the slide again to add more recipes. Repeat the same steps as you did with the previous recipe. Now it's your turn. Add a new slide with a layout. Resize, move, and add text boxes to slides. Type or copy and paste recipes onto slides, format the text, and duplicate slides to make additional recipe slides.
So we're ready to add some recipes to our cookbook. And let me insert my cursor right there, just clicking in between the two heading and the title page. And I'm going to go up here, click on that down arrow, and I am going to select title and body. There is also one that has title in 2 columns, so you could do that. But just so that we can practice adding text boxes and changing text boxes, we'll do the title and body. All right. And let me see. I'm going to do a quick search here because I don't have any recipes in front of me. So let's see. Reading a book that just had a fudge chocolate cake recipe in it, so that is first on my mind. Okay, and we want recipes. Let me click up here to recipe to narrow down my search. Easy chocolate fudge. Okay, let's go with this one. So easy chocolate fudge cake. Just got my cap lock on. Easy fudge. Oops. Cake. Okay. And I'm going to give credit to this website where I got it from. Just like being in school, we have to give copyright notice or copyright credits to the person that had it. And this is do copy and paste it in here. And let me highlight. Come on. I'm going to highlight my credit. I'm going to change the size of the font. I'm just going to go up here to the font size. And you can see and we can change that size. Yeah, it's a little too small. And I'm going to use my space bar to put it over towards the end. Type in from. Oops. Okay, there we go. Got my title in. And I'm going to change the size of that font too. So I have that at 18. And you make this an 18. Let's do that. All right. So to change the size of the text box, you notice the text box has these squares at each of the corners and at the sides. Those are called handles. And that is what you're going to use to change the size of the text box. And I don't want to make this more square. No. You just right click on a side handle and then just drag it so that the box is the size that you want it to be. And we're going to add a new text box by going up here and clicking the text box icon. And then we're going to click with our plus sign. We're going to click over here and make our text box the size that we want it to be. And as you're doing this, if you decide that, okay, the ingredients don't need to take up half this page, we can make that narrower, and then we can select this one and have more room for the actual instructions. Okay, so ingredients. And let me go back to my recipe page here. And let's see if I can find the recipe. A lot of times they bury the recipe at the very, 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 very end. Okay, here we go. So I'm just going to highlight that, and I'm going to Control C for copy, and then go over here, Control V to paste it, and I can barely read that. Size 6 font. No wonder I can't read that. Okay, so we can change the way that the font looks. So you want to choose a font that's easy to read. Arial is usually a fairly good one to use, so we'll stick with Arial. But I am going to increase the size of the font so I can actually read it. And you don't need to see me fixing my bullet points here, so I will speed through this. So I have my ingredients there, and if I decide that I need a little bit more space for that, I can change the width of my text box there. And now I need to put the instructions in. Go back over. Control C. Go back over to my cookbook. Click inside the text box. Okay, and this recipe is a long one, so it's taking up a lot of space there. Now I'm going to have to put my instructions on 2 pages. So let me copy. Yep. It's not what I wanted to do. Duplicate slide. There we go. All right, so for the first slide, maybe I'll just keep the instructions for the cake there. Take off. Get rid of my instructions for the ganache. And then we get rid of the instructions for the ganache. Down there where it's the ganache. Okay, and let me highlight that and delete that. All right, so now I just have to get all this up into my recipe box. Again, I'll probably go through and, because this is a lot of wasted space here, I'll probably go through and get rid of some of those bullet points. But for now, I'm just going to change the size of the font so it all fits on one page. And then I'm going to go to my second page. Get rid of the instruction or the ingredients for the I like that. Change the size of that because that's really huge. And then we don't need the instructions for the cake, so let's get rid of that part. And then we just have our instructions for the ganache. Okay. We did it. You may have to play with the formatting a little bit. and whatnot, especially if you're cutting and pasting from a website. Because when you're copying from a website, it does sort of pick up the formatting from the website, so you may have to play a little bit more with that. But yeah, I can do something like that and give myself a lot more room to work with. And then if I do want to have bullet points, I can choose the bullet points that I want. Where's my formatting? Something here. There it is. Okay, go to formatting, and then I can do bullets and numbering. And in this case, if I want a numbered list, so I know it's step by step. Select that one. There, it's numbered, but it's not taking up as much space as it was originally. So I'll probably go back and do the same thing on that one too. All right, so we've put some recipes in there. We've duplicated the page. Let's move on. Where were we? There we go. Okay, let's move on to the next step.
Busy Lifestyles has recipes that are easy to find quickly. In this video, you will arrange your recipes into easy-to-use sections by category. To begin, rearrange the slides so that they appear in the sections you set up. You can also rearrange the slides to appear in alphabetical order within the sections. As you continue to add more recipes, you can organize your cookbook even further by adding subcategory divider slides. For example, you can divide main dishes into meat dishes and vegetarian dishes if that makes sense for your collection. Change the background color of your subcategory slides to make them stand out from the main category section divider slides. Then move the recipes to their corresponding subcategory. Now, preview your slides in present mode to see how your cookbook looks when your presentation plays. Now it's your turn. Arrange slides to move them to their respective section. Add at least 2 subcategory divider slides and change their background color. Move recipes into the subcategories and preview your presentation.
So to move the slides into the categories that you want them into, and actually let me change this to desserts. Cookies can be a subheading of my desserts, but desserts is going to be the main topic. And I'm going to take my cake recipe and just right click and drag it down under desserts. And the same thing with the ganache. Drag that down. So as I said earlier, you can rearrange these slides however you want to. If you want, make sure the main dish is up there. This can be chicken teriyaki or whatever we're making. Okay, and I said under desserts, we can have cookies, when we have cakes, we can have whatever. So let's make some subheadings, and we're going to do that by clicking the down arrow beside the plus sign. And a section subheader. This one will be cake. And as he said, you can change the background color. Click here at background, and we can change it to whatever color we want to. We can even add an image there if we wanted to. So if we would upload a photo that we have or do a search in Google. So we choose a different color and we just click on done, and voila. Our subheading is a different color. Okay, and now we want to preview it as a presentation. So we go up here to slideshow and start from the beginning. And we just click our way through the cookbook. You get to the end, you won't be able to click anymore. Okay, let me escape from there. And let's move on to the next section. Okay, now we're just wrapping up. So we're just going to review some of the things that we've learned.
In this lesson, you used Google Slides to compile and organize a digital cookbook. Having a digital cookbook makes meal planning and preparation much more efficient. And when you want to cook your favorite recipes, it's easy to find them. To organize your cookbook, you created a title slide and applied a theme, added slides to create category dividers, added slides for recipes, added subcategory slides, then arranged recipes in their respective categories and subcategories. And finally, you previewed your cookbook. Cookbooks in slide form are convenient because they're easy to organize. You can quickly find recipes you need, easily add new recipes, or remove recipes you don't like. When you try a recipe, take notes about what you liked or didn't like using the presentation's speaker notes section. If an ingredient needs to be added or removed, just make a note to remind yourself for the next time you make the recipe. Use your new skills to make cookbooks for different purposes. For example, You could collect your family's recipes, help a class or other group make a shared cookbook. Create useful and unique cookbooks for all kinds of purposes to make meal preparation easy and fun.
That is a nice idea about adding the speaker notes. So you can see under each of the slides, there's a part here called click to add speaker notes. So that's a good tip to make notes about your recipe so you know that the next time you make it, oh, maybe I'm going to try this and see how it turns out. And then if you like it, you can make changes up here. And we were talking about sharing the recipes. If you want to share this with your family and friends, you can go up here. Right now I have it set to private to only me, but I can change that. And again, my internet is being really, really slow. Okay. But you would go up here and you would be able to select how it can be shared. So if you want other people to be able to edit and add recipes of their own, they can do that. Or if you just want them to be able to view it, you can select that. And then you'd be able to email them and they'd be able to view your recipe book. So that is how to create a cookbook. As you can see, it's really quick and easy. You can add things, you can delete them. If you want to delete one of these slides, you just select it, left click, and click on delete. So if you decide I don't like that recipe, we're just going to get rid of it. You do that. And you can easily add things. You can make other subcategories. You can move things around so that if it fits better in a different category, you can put it in a different category. And that is pretty much it. So have fun. Start putting together all your family favorites and share it with your family and friends. And if you want to, if you're getting together with family for the holidays, another great tip is to use Google Docs, and you can create a checklist of everything that needs to be done or who's going to be doing what. And you can share that with your family and friends so that everybody knows, okay, so-and-so is going to be taking care of this and so-and-so is going to be taking care of that. And here's the recipe for this. As you can see, here you can see that you can restrict access. Only people with the link can open it. You can copy the link and then just email your friends and family. So even if they don't have Google, they should be able to open up the document and see what is what. Okay, so that is it for tonight. I hope you will take this and have fun and start creating your own cookbooks. And remember that we do have a digital navigator on staff now who is happy to help you with any of your computer questions. So you can reach out to us and we can set up an appointment with her and get you computing. All right. Have a good night.